The cameras flashed. The crowd froze. A seemingly perfect reality TV marriage shattered.
Oh, it completely fell apart.
Secret text messages are leaked. And just like that, Hollywood had a new obsession.
A total obsession.
The Bravo universe didn't just crack, it exploded. Welcome to Starscope Report.
Yes.
Join Jordan and Jamie as they uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals.
From red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
Exactly. So let's unpack this. Our mission today is, honestly, it's an absolute behemoth.
Oh, it's huge.
We have a massive stack of sources sitting right here on the table. We are going through comprehensive timelines from Newsweek, breaking industry reports from TMZ.
The TMZ report is wild, by the way.
So wild. Plus off-the-record insider leaks from Us Weekly and those incredibly raw post-reunion breakdowns from Extra TV and Reality T.
Right, so we really have all the angles here.
We do, and our goal, we are unpacking the headline story that has completely hijacked the internet. The Summer House drama just got bigger.
I mean, it took over my entire feed.
Same. We are going deep into this absolute fallout involving Amanda Batula, Wes Wilson, Ciara Miller, and Cooke. We want to find out exactly how off-camera secrets brought down a reality TV kingpin.
It is a phenomenal case study in modern media, honestly. What we were really looking at today isn't just, a simple cheating scandal.
Right, it's way more than that.
Yeah, it's like a masterclass in how the reality television machine operates, how a specific ecosystem of trust is built, and, well, what happens when a star tries to outsmart the very producers who created them.
Which never goes well.
Never. We're looking at timelines that don't just overlap, they actively collide in ways that break the fundamental rules of the genre.
And to understand the magnitude of that explosion, we really have to set the stage properly for you. Imagine the scenario for a second. You have the beloved, fun, goofy new guy on the cast.
Everyone loves him.
Everyone. But what happens when that guy turns out to be living a completely hidden triple life?
A literal triple life. It's insane.
To get there, we need to roll the timeline back to the initial spark. So in January of 2026, Amanda Batula and Cooke drop a massive bombshell. They announced their split.
Which, I mean, we watched them struggle for years.
Yeah, this comes after years and years of incredibly public ups and downs, including a wedding we all watched on television back in 2021.
Right.
So the new year hits, and Amanda is newly single. Meanwhile, Wes Wilson and Ciara Miller, whose own romance was a huge anchor storyline for the show, well, they had officially confirmed their split way back in June of 2024.
At the Season 8 reunion, right.
Exactly.
So the board is perfectly set. You have two extremely prominent cast members, both coming off major, highly scrutinized breakups.
Yep.
In the reality TV world, that is prime real estate for a new storyline.
It really is. And by early March 2026, the rumor mill just goes into overdrive. Sightings start popping up all over New York City.
Well, the TikTok sleuth were out in full force.
They were. People are whispering that Amanda and Wes are flirting, getting drinks, acting very much like a couple. And fans are naturally losing their minds because Amanda and Ciara are best friends.
Right. It's a massive breach of the friend code. You just don't do that.
You really don't.
Yeah.
So how does Wes handle the heat? On March 24th, he goes on Watch What Happens Live and vehemently denies the whole thing.
He totally shut it down.
He looks right at the camera and says Amanda is single, they're just friends, and he just wants to, quote, show her the streets a little bit.
That quote.
I know. He plays the innocent card flawlessly. But then just days later, on March 31st, they release a joint statement confirming the romance.
Which is just, it gave everyone whiplash.
They claim it developed recently and was the absolute last thing they expected.
Which is where the narrative completely spins out of control. Because the idea that this relationship just magically blossomed in late March.
Yeah, right.
That illusion shatters the second you start cross-referencing the press leaks. If we dig into the timeline reported by Perez Hilton and Us Weekly, this was absolutely not a sudden late March spark.
Not at all.
Dave Portnoy and Brianna LaPaglia went on the record claiming that West and Amanda were already actively dating at the Super Bowl on February 8th.
The Super Bowl. That is well over a month before this supposed sudden spark in late March.
Oh, and it gets so much messier.
Wait, how could it get messier?
Because simultaneously, an Us Weekly insider reveals that West was actively pursuing Ciara around the exact same time.
No way.
Yes. The source explicitly stated West hooked up with Ciara 3 to 4 weeks prior to the late March explosion. That places the hookup right in early to mid-March.
Are you kidding me?
And a completely separate source corroborated that West and Ciara were together as recently as mid to late February.
Which means he is bouncing between two best friends within weeks, if not days, of each other.
Exactly.
But wait, we haven't even hit the craziest part of this Us Weekly report.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
While he is at the Super Bowl with Amanda and hooking up with Ciara in February and March, West was reportedly in an exclusive relationship with a woman named Maja Moreno since the fall and winter of 2025.
It's just staggering.
And according to the leaks, they were dating as recently as the week all this Bravo news broke.
Let's just visualize that calendar for a second, because you really have to map it out.
Please do.
You have West allegedly maintaining a committed relationship with Maja Moreno for months. While that is happening, he is taking Amanda Batula on dates at the Super Bowl in early February.
Right.
And simultaneously, he is hooking up with Ciara Miller in late February and early March. The logistical gymnastics required to pull that off in a city as heavily surveilled by fans as New York is, it's just mind-blowing.
It really is. And when the public caught wind of this timeline, it was pure chaos. The Bravo cinematic universe essentially mobilized against him.
Oh, the cast reactions were brutal.
You had Austin Kroll from Southern Charm tweeting about how you never mess with your friend's exes.
Even Boston Rob weighed in.
Right. Boston Rob from Survivor and the Traitors posted a photo with Ciara, proudly declaring Team Ciara.
That's when you know it's crossed over into mainstream pop culture.
Totally. And Vanita Aspen publicly dragged West for the sheer audacity of doing a hard-launch PR statement without even bothering to apologize to the people he hurt.
Which is a very fair point.
But I am looking at this timeline, and honestly, it doesn't look like an evil mastermind to me.
Really? How do you see it?
It looks like a guy who got a little too famous, got sloppy with a rebound, and just panicked. I mean, is it possible he was just in way over his head?
Like he didn't plan it?
Yeah, like playing 3 games of chess on 3 different boards and completely forgetting which pieces belonged where.
It is an interesting way to look at it, but I would argue the evidence points heavily toward calculated manipulation rather than sheer incompetence.
Really? Calculated?
Yeah, and here is the core reason why: brand protection. West entered the Bravo universe in Season 8 and immediately monetized the relatable, nice, authentic guy persona.
He really did. He was the golden boy.
Exactly. He wasn't the typical slick reality villain. So when you build your entire brand equity on being the harmless good guy, and it is revealed you are actively deceiving 3 different women.
Including 2 best friends on a television show that employs you.
Right. It's not just a mistake. It requires immense active deception. He wasn't just losing track of the chess pieces. He was actively hiding the board from the audience, his castmates, and his network.
Wow, that's a great way to put it.
The whiplash the audience felt was the realization that the entire character was a fabrication.
He weaponized the aw shucks routine to cover his tracks.
That is such a good point. And, that's not even the wildest part.
Oh, it gets so much worse.
Wait until you hear what happens when the cameras stop rolling and the secret text messages are finally leaked. If you're loving these Hollywood twists, make sure you're subscribed. We've got even crazier stories ahead as we unpack this fallout.
Because when you juggle 3 different narratives, eventually you run out of hands.
Yeah, gravity always wins. And the exact moment those balls dropped happened under the brightest lights possible.
Which brings us to the reunion. Be a fucking man.
The scream heard round the world.
That was the scream that defined this entire meltdown. And to understand the emotional stakes in that room, we have to look at Reality T's breakdown of the bonus episode, The Aftermath.
That episode was so dark.
It really was. This is where we see the actual human toll of this timeline. We learned that Amanda showed up at Lindsay Hubbard's door carrying 2 bottles of rosé.
Which, in the Bravo universe, showing up with that much wine is the universal white flag of surrender.
Oh, absolutely. The text messages revealed in that episode are incredibly hard to read. Amanda texted Lindsay, basically saying she wasn't even expecting a response. She just needed to say she was sorry.
And Amanda's explanation to Lindsay provides crucial psychological context for why she fell into this trap.
Yeah, the backstory is really sad.
Amanda confessed that her marriage to Kyle was an incredibly dark 4-year stretch. She explicitly said she didn't feel like herself for years.
That is so tough to admit on camera.
Against that backdrop of a miserable marriage, Wes was constantly texting and pursuing her. That kind of sudden, intense attention made her feel lovable and fun again.
Right, he was an escape.
She essentially admitted that she confused the thrill of sneaking around with West with the feeling of falling in love with herself again.
It is heartbreaking because she was so incredibly vulnerable. And then we take all of that raw emotion and put it on the season 10 reunion stage.
The tension was palpable.
Reading the extra TV report on this taping, you can feel it through the screen. You have Jesse Solomon, the quintessential unshakable bro of the house, breaking down in tears, looking at West and saying he feels like he is losing a brother.
Jesse never cries.
Never. Then Kyle Cooke, Amanda's ex-husband, takes the floor. He admits that he was starved and deprived in an unhappy, sexless marriage for 4 years.
Though we should note, he forcefully denies Amanda's claims about that club video.
Right, yes. She claims she saw a video of him making out with another woman at a club, and he vehemently denies that.
But either way, the room is a powder keg.
Exactly. And then Andy Cohen looks directly at West and Amanda and simply asks if they are in love.
After everything that has been exposed, this is the moment for radical honesty.
The ultimate test.
And how does Wes respond? He completely deflects. He tells Andy that this isn't a sex scandal. It is just, quote, like hanging out.
Just hanging out. He says this while sitting inches away from the woman who just detonated her best friendship and her public reputation for him.
It was so callous.
Amanda immediately breaks down crying and says she needs to leave the set. And Lindsay Hubbard, who has been watching this train wreck, just erupts.
That's where the scream comes in.
She screams at Wes to get up, go after Amanda, and be a thick man.
Yeah.
And Wes, well, he just sits there. He completely freezes.
This is where we really have to examine the psychology of a public fallout.
Okay, let's get into the weeds here.
When you are sitting in that room, knowing the public is turning on you, knowing the host sees through you, what is your strategy? Do you double down or do you pivot? Because if we look at the E! News follow-up report, the timeline of West's apology is fascinating. Just a day after that brutal reunion taping, West films a post-reunion special with Kyle Cooke.
And suddenly he's a changed man.
Exactly. His entire tune has changed. He claims he is completely ready for monogamy and that he cares about Amanda a tremendous amount.
But I have to play devil's advocate here for a second.
Go for it.
Imagine sitting in that room. The cameras are on you. Andy Cohen is staring you down. The entire cast is screaming. Couldn't his reaction just be a massive fight-or-flight-freeze response?
Just pure panic?
Yeah. And maybe 24 hours later, when the adrenaline wears off, he actually realizes what he lost? Does the sudden pivot have to be a calculated PR move?
It's a fair question. It really is. But if we connect this to the broader media strategy of reality television, that 24-hour pivot feels entirely like damage control.
You think he was just trying to save face?
He sat in that reunion and realized his brand was dead. The nice guy persona didn't hold up under questioning. The sudden profession of deep care for Amanda a day later reads as a desperate scramble to salvage whatever narrative he could for the audience.
Wow.
It just feels performative.
It really does. Lindsay Hubbard certainly wasn't buying this sudden change of heart. She explicitly warned Amanda that West is a sinking ship and urged her to cut ties.
Which was probably good advice.
Honestly, yes. You'd think generating the highest ratings in Summer House history would make a star untouchable. I mean, drama equals dollars in reality TV.
Usually, yes.
But later in the deep dive, we'll talk about the shocking twist nobody saw coming that actually cost someone their job.
Because the fallout exposes the actual unwritten rules of the industry. It shows us exactly where the network draws the line between good television and a fireable offense.
Let's get into the final chapter, the producer's strike back.
Ooh, I love this part.
The ultimate reality TV sin is lying to the people behind the cameras. Let's look at the background for Season 10. This was the most watched season in Summer House history.
The ratings were massive.
They had 5 consecutive seasons of ratings growth leading up to this. It was a cultural moment. Now, usually, bringing in that kind of ratings gold guarantees you a job for life in Hollywood.
Oh, for sure. If you bring the eyeballs, the network will look the other way on almost anything.
Historically, yes. Bad behavior on camera is frequently rewarded with massive contract renewals, precisely because it drives social media engagement. But that paradigm completely shifted here.
It really did.
According to TMZ and Real TV, Wes Wilson is officially out for Season 11.
Fired.
Yep, he was not asked back. Filming starts over the 4th of July weekend, and he won't be there as a full-time cast member, though they say a tiny cameo might be possible to tie up loose ends.
Just to give the viewer some closure, probably.
Probably. The initial catalyst for this firing, according to the reports, was Ciara. She went to the network and gave them a strict ultimatum. It is him or me. And the network chose Ciara.
Which is an incredible statement about her value to the franchise.
Definitely.
But there is a much deeper structural industry reason why West was let go. It wasn't just about Ciara's ultimatum.
Mm.
Producers fired West because of a catastrophic breach of trust. Reality television relies on a very specific production ecosystem. Cast members like Ciara, Kyle, and Jesse were bleeding their real lives on camera for months.
Giving it their all.
They were giving the producers their authentic breakups, tears, and raw emotions. West was doing the exact opposite. He was actively lying to the field producers about the multiple women he was dating to protect his off-camera image.
Oh, man. The ripple effect of this firing shook the whole cast. Kyle Cooke posted a photo on Instagram looking teary-eyed, lugging camera gear with the caption, quote, "End of an era."
People freaked out about that post.
Fans completely panicked, assuming Kyle had quit the show in protest. He actually had to release a statement clarifying that he was just mourning the end of season 10 and the way the house fractured.
Such a dramatic group.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the futures of Amanda and Ciara are still hanging in the balance. Amanda has nothing locked in, and Ciara is reportedly weighing massive offers from Dancing with the Stars and Love Island USA.
Good for her. Get that bag.
Seriously. But I want to push back on this idea of the production rules for a second.
Okay, let's hear it.
It feels like a magician refusing to show his tricks to his own assistant. You are supposed to fool the audience. That is the entertainment value.
Okay, I see where you're going.
But you cannot fool the people paying for the stage. Why is lying to production the ultimate death knell for a reality star? Isn't the whole genre built on somewhat manufactured storylines?
It is a brilliant analogy, and here is why the magician gets fired.
Tell me.
Yes, reality TV has manufactured elements, but the core product is authenticity. The network is running a massive logistical business. Think about the mechanics of producing a season.
It's got to be exhausting.
Producers have to rent locations, hire crews, schedule shoots, and build story arcs based on what the cast tells them is happening in their lives. If a producer spends thousands of dollars setting up a scene for a cast member to go on a first date, and that cast member is secretly hiding a girlfriend of 6 months at home, the footage is useless.
Like it's completely fake.
It lacks stakes. It wastes the budget. When you hide your real life to protect a brand deal, you become a liability to the production schedule.
That makes so much sense.
Bravo realized that keeping West, despite his high ratings, set a dangerous precedent. If they let him stay, they would be signaling to the entire cast that you can lie to your bosses, waste production money, and still get rewarded.
Wow.
They chose to protect the integrity of their production format over short-term ratings.
Wow. They literally, they actively chose the integrity of their business model over the guy bringing in the immediate eyeballs.
Yeah.
That is wild to think about.
It really is.
Stay tuned and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next as we track who actually makes it to the Hamptons this July.
It really is a fascinating shift in how these major networks handle their talent, and it leaves us with a lingering question that the reality TV industry hasn't fully reckoned with yet.
Which is?
When a reality star tries so hard to manipulate their image that they end up exposing their darkest secrets, what does that say about modern influencer culture?
That is a great question.
Moving forward, will West's firing set a terrifying new precedent for Bravo stars? Are we entering an era where cast members will be forced to surrender every private text message, every off-camera hookup, and every secret relationship to producers just to prove they are playing ball and keep their jobs?
That is a chilling thought for anyone considering a career in reality television. The cost of fame might just be total surveillance by your own boss. You've been listening to Star Scoop Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.